Ladies and gentlemen, today we are sitting in a park across from the beach in Mississippi. So I'm speaking with Chris Vignes. Chris, first I would like to welcome you to Motivate Me.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. I've actually enjoyed watching y'all's work and checking it out here lately.
Thank you so much. And one of the reasons why we are in this town, which are we in Biloxi or are we in Gulfport?
We're in Gulfport, Mississippi. But what I'll say is what we're trying to promote now is one coast, because that's a perfect question, because when we have guests that come in, they don't know the difference. They don't know the lines. And so what we're now doing is promoting this as one coast. And that's been something that we've taken on in the last couple of years, and it's really gone well to promote it as one area. That way that everybody can see all of the Gulf Coast.
And the beach is beautiful here. I mean, it's gorgeous.
26 miles of man-made beach. It is some of the prettiest beaches in the United States. It's fantastic.
So tell everybody what your passion is exactly.
I would like to say my passion is helping people, making connections, meeting people, and just working from there. It's great to meet somebody, find out a little about themselves, what they find passionate, and maybe helping them with that and learning more about them. I have a unique position. I'm the public information officer for the city of Gulfport. And I kind of joke that it's more of an asterisk position because we have a lot going on, but what I get to do is interact with a lot of different people. A lot of people are trying to make a positive change, do different things, and that are looking to make a difference where they live.
First of all, it is so beautiful and warm here right now, and I don't understand why you're not sweating, and it is just cruising down me right now.
You get used to it, and it's a great thing. The great thing about living on the Mississippi Gulf Coast is the breeze. We always have that breeze coming in. So whether it's the middle of the day or midnight, we have that breeze that's coming in. The beaches here, like you said, they're unbelievable. They're beautiful. We have all this great landscape. The oak trees here are invaluable. They are just as much of our history as they are our culture of having these great spots here that you can hang out and enjoy.
You know, as we were driving down the coast, we actually said we need to find somebody who's knowledgeable about this area, and it was just really like meant to be that we were sent your name to speak with you today. So that it was a great synchronicity occurred that we're sitting here having this conversation right now.
I'm very excited to have y'all here, and what I hope to do is with this conversation today is that you'll want to come back. It's not just a drive-through for y'all. You may be going somewhere else, but you're always going to have that experience here, and that's what we want to build on. We like to think we're one of the best kept secrets, and I truly believe that. It's not something I'm paid to say. When I walk out my door each day, I can go left or right, and it's beach, and each town's different. Bay St. Louis is completely different than Ocean Springs. Pascagoula is different than Biloxi. They all have these unique features. And what's great is we like to joke that it's kind of a gumbo of people. There's a lot of personality, there's a lot of culture, there's a lot of different backgrounds and professions, and they all come together. Cool thing here is if you go to, say, a night spot or a bar, you can be sitting next to two people. One has 100,000 in his checking account, the other has 100, and you wouldn't know the difference between the two because they're both there for the same reason. They want to be together, they want to have a good time, they want to socialize. And so we don't see a huge separation. Another thing that we have a lot of military bases here. And what I'm told from the military that are here, they don't feel separated or disconnected from the community. And they do sometimes some places. It's not on purpose necessarily, but here we are just one place. You don't feel a divide.
You know what I love so much about you? Is that your passion, like we don't even have to tell anybody what your passion is. It exudes from you. You just do it. And like you told me, you don't feel like you're working. You go to bed, you said, thinking about.
I love it. I look forward to Monday as much as I do Friday, and it's a great feeling. We have a great team that I work with the city of Gulfport. And it's people that have chosen to live here and that want to do something special. Of course, one thing that I've noticed and I was speaking about earlier is that we're getting a lot of people that have left and gone somewhere, and they've decided to come back, and it's really created a neat vibe of things that they've moved to Colorado, they lived in California, they lived in upstate New York. Some things they learned there they're bringing back here, and what we're seeing is entrepreneurs, young people, and retirees coming back to make this home. The cost of living and the quality of life here is unmatchable. I think literally you can live here. I joke that I can eat shrimp for cheaper than hamburger meat. It's $2 a pound for shrimp off the boat that morning.
And it's no joke, like it's true.
It's very true. I mean, we eat well, we love to have a good time. Here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, we like to have a party for everything. There's no excuse not to get together and have a cookout, have neighbors over. And one thing about the South, and that I really found, I was living in California briefly, Southerners, we don't meet strangers. Like literally, when I leave here today, I'm gonna meet somebody and I'm gonna have a connection and we're gonna become friends. And whether it's helping them with registration for T-ball or whether they're wanting to do a birthday party with the city of Gulfport, or just something that there's going to be a connection made today. We always want to help one another. It's something true about Southerners, that we love to help one another and we love to be friends.
So for people who are enthusiastic about something, because that's what happened, I think you were enthusiastic about representing a place that you're loyal to and you love. There's other people out here, you know, that are listening who have that same kind of just love for where they live. So my question is, how can we get them more involved? And I know that you have challenges that you have to overcome.
Yep.
So can you talk about like one of those challenges?
One thing that we like to talk about a lot is that you have to be the best ambassador for where you're from. Other people will do it, but you've got to come out the gate being that person too. You know, I want to be the best spokesperson, cheerleader for the coast that I can, but it's because that's where it starts. You know, I want people to know what my Mississippi Gulf Coast is, and that it is, you know, sometimes different areas, not just the South, but other places get stereotyped, and that's not necessarily the case, but the only reason to defeat that or change that is to talk about it and to be out there. You know, I want people to see the friendliness here. I want people to see the clean beaches. I want people to know that we have a national seashore out here, that we have trails, that we have bike paths going in daily. You know, the one word, we don't like to use the K word anymore, and that's Katrina. We're 10 years out. We're in a very unique stage now of economic development and planning. And with that came the opportunity to do some things differently. Like I said, the bike paths, the recycling, a lot of things that weren't there before we can now focus on and do. So we're making the most of it. We don't look back, we look forward.
Right.
And that's been a lot of fun too. I said earlier, when I leave my office, I like to count the houses and businesses being built and coming in, and it changes daily. And a lot of that is people have taken that chance and that risk, and they've done it, and they're seeing other people doing it, and that's motivating them to step out and do it. You know, people are now opening businesses that they've always wanted to do. We've got a lot of encouragement from the city through the business license department and through different areas to help make that happen. We want you to be here.
So being an ambassador like you are, and like you're trying to promote for my audience as well, what do you think you've learned about yourself?
Oh man, that's great. I try to learn something every day. I try to meet as many people as possible. There's a lot you never know, and this is kind of cliche, but you never know what somebody else is going through or what they have on a daily basis or who they are, what makes them who they are. And so what I like to do is make that connection. And from there, it's opened a lot of great things, a lot of future endeavors, a lot of connections. You know, you're going to see some other people on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and they're different from one another, but they're all collecting together to try to do something better. We're trying to paint that picture that you know what we are and what we stand for.
So how would you encourage others to be an ambassador, to get out there and represent where they live?
You know, find the positive. Look for those things that you can talk about that are out there that can help put that into perspective of what people need to know. You know, each place is special. You know, you can be anywhere and find something unique and special, no matter where you are. And here, I mean, just simply walking on the beach, that's something we take for granted. We have this beautiful beach here, and I meet people every day down in Jones Park and Gulfport that are from New York, that are visiting. They were here in a CB capacity. They were here at one stage in their life, and they've come back, and they're now coming here and retiring and finding second homes. You know, we've had a lot of tourism aspects come in recently, where a lot of people are coming from Canada, and they find it's just a great place to live. It's all about quality of life, and there's a lot of things here to offer that are unique, and it's also on a different budget. I mean, it's great. You can do a lot here for not as much as other places.
So how can you connect people with Gulfport? What's your website address?
You know, we do City of Gulfport Mayor's Office on Facebook. Visit Mississippi Gulf Coast Tourism has a Facebook page. Social media is huge, and that's something that I've used a lot here. I was telling you earlier, one thing I like to do is show, from my city standpoint, is the different employees. And what we're showcasing is our firefighters and police officers, not that they're in uniform, not that they're climbing out of a building or that they're making this arrest or, you know, helping the community, but what they also do in their personal life. You know, you see a lot about people outside of that now through our Facebook and through social media. It's been a lot of fun to put that out there.
Right, and that's what you said, that you're highlighting the passions of the people that work for Gulfport, so they can see the personal side.
The person that's taking your water bill payment, there's more to that person than somebody just sitting there. And what I'd love to do is, with the help of our team, is showcase them, you know, to find out something that they're very passionate about, whether it's making wreaths or whether it's, you know, helping with the Sunday school class. There's a lot to people that you don't know, and it's great to see that exposure, because then we can all work together and do more things together. So.
Well, I'm glad we have this opportunity.
Absolutely.
So we could hear everything that you're passionate
about.
Yeah,
there's a lot to be proud of down here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and you know, I look forward to hearing more of your stories. And what I think with what you're doing is awesome, because I'll learn about places that I'm not familiar with, and so from that we can spread the love and show everybody that there's all these great things. And it's as simple as getting in your car, putting on the seatbelt, and going out the door.
Yep.
You know, the great thing about Gulfport is I can walk out my door and go either direction and have a whole lot of different history and a lot of options and make my own destination for the day. And so that's been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
And I talk to you, 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 and we love, and we hate, and we demonstrate, we try to relate. This is my breakthrough. Whoa. Said now, this my breakthrough. Whoa. Oh man, this my breakthrough.